So I'm just gonna start off with offense here, and then I'll go over defense just as a whole. So pretty much you just want to suicide like once or twice, and then just try to be like consistent damage. There's a few things you can do on this first here. Some suicide ways that I like to go is get up to right here, just called maze, and then from here you can jump from either back here if you need to or right here and just go straight up and put rockets into whatever you need to from there. If like the gun's wrangled or whatever, you can even do that and try and get onto the engineer. That usually doesn't work too well, but also you want to jump in sync with your demo men or time it with like a sap or something so that there's more damage potential and like the gun's not in the way and all that. A couple other jumps you can do. You can like just get behind them if you want. You can just do this and just get the fuck behind them and just pretty much just go like all the way to spawn, and then you can like destroy the telly or whatever, but you're not doing too much here. Like basically that's just like you're sort of just spawn camping, getting the teleporter. So I don't like doing that too much, but a lot of people seem to do. Alright. Another thing you can do is just walk all the way through tunnel here. Make sure the gun's wrangled. Usually the gun will be like watched from right here, so make sure it's wrangled. Then you can just jump up. This one's a little bit easier to get on the engineer, or if the medic's sort of holding in a position over here, or if anything is over by this healthcare right here. You can usually put in about 2 rockets before you die. Another thing you can do is this thing on the right side is really good for getting on snipers. Like if there's a sniper ever back there, you can just jump straight up here and just get on the sniper as quickly as possible. Especially if the sniper likes to peek up here, you can get a quick bomb on him and do a decent amount of work there. So otherwise you can go DH if you want. If the gun's a really big problem, just push with like you and like 1 or 2 other people up the right side and just DH the gun from here and just keep that like pressure, and it'll go down eventually if you have like time, like a timed sap, or have your demo men spamming at the same time. Same with down here. If the gun is peeking out of this range, it can't see you, but you can see it, so you can just keep spamming it like that. You can also, if like the gun's wrangled or whatever, you can just like get behind them through that way and then like recommit from back here if they don't notice you and jump into the fight. It's really good for like post, usually when the Uber fight's going on, like the team will be backing up, and during that I like to get either positioning like up here or just helping up on top left over there. So I'll just like during the Uber fight or like post Uber, I'll just jump from up here, help out like that. Usually things will be retreating in this general area, and I'll just try and like take high ground and just put as much spam on them as possible. But otherwise, like first is pretty simple. A lot of teams give it up super easily, and usually 1 Uber exchange should get you the point. 2 is a little bit trickier. Like if you have the momentum, you can just go in straight to 2. Your demo man can spawn camp, and you can like sit up here and pressure the spawn door or just start getting forward. Otherwise, that usually won't happen, and if there actually is a 2 hold, teams will be doing one of 2 things. They'll either be holding back here, or they'll be doing a roof hold up there. A good way to suicide, if there's no sniper watching this area, this is probably one of your best suicide routes, is just to go up there. If you actually like, you just have to practice your left side wall jumps. You can get a decent amount of air through that and get in that way. But most of the things that I prefer to do is just to go through here. Also, if you didn't know, this door is now a one-way door for defense only before first is capped. The second this is capped, this opens up for everybody, but as of right now, only people defending on red can do it, and you can't go back out. But anyways, if you're attacking roof, I usually like to take control of this back area over here. You just want to take control of this room. If there's a soldier up here, it's super hard, so you want to sort of like have you and one other person and just come from 2 separate areas. One person can come from over there and one person straight through here. You can either jump straight through here if your scout can come through there, or you can just sort of wrap around from back here and just go through that door and then jump around here to try and get like a distraction play, and then go through that right there. and just sort of double team, just take over this area. Once you have this area, you can bring your sniper back here if you want, or you can just have this ground. Like the second your Uber exchange comes out, you can jump in, start like putting rockets into whatever. Even you can suicide from back there as well. You can just basically just do like a single jump off the wall and then get into wherever they're holding. You can live a little bit longer from here too when holding, because like a lot of things will be up here. Same with the gun. You can like usually kill the NG if you live back here. I would recommend jumping up here because the gun will kill you, so you want to land sort of back here and just put pressure from there. Especially if like a medic's over here, you can just get right into his face. But yeah, so just bullying out like this backside is really all you can do on this point as soldier, and then just harassing as much as possible. Like make things like chase you if you want, and just bring things back towards you. And then during Uber exchange, just help out, just get in and just help out your team as much as possible. Once you have control of the roof, you just spam down if they're ever holding back there, or like they leave the roof and they're back there. Just spam as much as possible. You can even spam like this corner without really going to a sniper silent, except for that one right there. But if your team sort of has like a little bit of momentum and you're getting into them, you just want to get into their faces as quickly as possible. So you can just jump like that, get into them wherever they are. Same with down, like, and there's a few pretty like decent jumps you can do right here, but you can get pretty like fast into their faces if you just time some things. You can even like jump off this wall right here and just go over all of that, because like you can't go over this area, but you can go over all of these obstacles right here. So last thing, yeah, just take as much like high ground as possible. Pushing is pretty simple on this map. Third is a little bit more difficult. Third has been changed quite a bit, but there's not too much you can do until an Uber exchange happens. Like you can DH from back here if you really want. You can just like barely see the gun back there. I don't even know if you can hit rockets. Yeah, you can't even do rockets back there. So you can only DH the gun unless you drop through main, and then you can do that. I don't even know where NGs are going to be putting guns anymore, but I'm assuming still like sort of by the window. But what you can do to just sort of like help out your team in a passive is you can just control this area so your sniper can push the boiler, and you can just make sure nothing can get on him. Don't peek into any sniper sight lines, just stay back here and just deny this ground. Same within here, you can just take over this health kit room and then just make sure like nothing can get through here. You can watch through this window, calm to your team, just like what they're doing position wise, and then you can even make sure like nobody rushes you, check for spies and everything, and then just control this room so that nothing can really like pressure you guys up here. Once you have the push, or once you're pushing, what you want to do is just get into this high ground as quickly as possible. Like, if you don't do it without pressure, you're just going to instantly die pretty much. But if you have like you and one or two other people, like while the Uber exchange is coming through, you can take over this area, spam at whatever's here, and usually the gun will be wrangled, so you can start putting rockets into the engineer from back here. His gun can't really hit you. You just control this area and just be as much of a nuisance as possible. Just put in damage wherever need be, and you can usually take out the gun during the push. You can just sort of like peek and just hit it from here, hit the engineer and all that. So just keep doing that. Once you, like, I wouldn't really be anywhere else on third because it's all just stupid. Like, this is all just low ground, and you can't really, you have little to no damage potential down here. So just chill up here. Once you're pushing through, you can just come through here, and then like if they're retreating or sort of soft holding right here, just put pressure through here. You put like 1 or 2 rockets wrap through here and keep spamming around that corner right there. And then like pretty much at this point you're just pushing last once they've backed out of here and you've capped third. Also, this point's really important since you get that forward up there. So like if it's almost capped, just throw your body at it and just get that cap, and just keep having people on your team suiciding into it until you get that cap, because it's so fucking important. And they cannot, like the second that's capped, they just cannot defend this point anymore because you have such big spawn advantage. You can just keep going like into them. So defending last, or attacking last, there's so many different things you can do. It's pretty much just dependent on whatever your team wants. Like you can push you and a few people through tires here, just control this ground, get in through here, and just be a nuisance. You can just spam around, if the gun's over here, you can just like spam and just bring things. So usually the pyro will chase you, and you can do that. And he can't really like hit you with a reflector or anything as long as you're doing it like around this corner right here. You can like peek right here. If this area is ever clear, you can, and the gun's like, say you like get a force on, or you either get your spy to sap the gun or get it wrangled, you can, and nothing's watching you, you can literally just walk through and just put rockets, and you'll kill either the engineer or the medic. Like pretty much guaranteed. Same with when pushing last. If you ever get a sniper pick or this area is not defended by the sniper, just walk up here and just fucking drop down here and just put rockets into things. So that's at least a guaranteed 100 damage to the engineer, and it'll do just so much for your team. Just make sure you're suiciding with somebody. Like suiciding into this point is super fucking easy, especially if they're holding down there. Usually people will be expecting it, so just like time your jumps and make sure you're not being too predictable. If the sniper's ever holding top left, you can come through his tires area and nothing will ever be able to see you from right here. Just do a high jump and you can just block off the sniper like that and just put rockets into his spawn, and you can just get the pick. You can control, if you want, like while you're waiting for the push, you can just control this area, just be here while you're waiting. Same with over map room, you never really want to be here unless you're actively pushing, because so many things can just spam you out of here. If you're ever pushing them, if there's nothing watching here, just go through. If there's ever like a soldier or something, just leave and just leave and stop, and it will be fine. Let's see, just 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. So yeah, pushing map room, you pretty much just want to if there's ever anything defending, just never go here. There's no point, but if nothing is defending it, just jump up here, and then you can just instantly get into their spawn. And so that's cool. Like you can just spam up here. If there's a sniper up here, you can just rush him. You can just put like damage into wherever you want. So yeah, probably my favorite thing to do while pushing this last though is just to come from this tires area, and then the second like the fight's happening, I'll just like come here, I'll maybe get like a flash of the Uber, put a rocket in, and then just jump behind them and get into their spawn. Otherwise, just take high ground as much as possible, spam down. If the gun's ever right here, you can just get really good spam on it from here. It can't really shoot you, and you can shoot through all these railings right here. So yeah, so it's pretty much just supporting your team and just being in for the pushes as much as possible and just holding ground. Offense on this map is pretty straightforward. It's difficult, but just the theory behind it all is super simple. So defense-wise, come over here to first, and you always want to whip your engineer out of spawn. Just keep whipping him until about like right here. Get your final whip in, just jump up here and then suicide so he can get your medal, and then just walk back. Once you're back, you can do a few different like loadouts. Like you can just do whatever you're more comfortable with. The conch is really good for this map, both attacking and defending. It's just like as long as your team can actually push off of those conch advantages, which not many people can do properly. But like whatever your loadout wants to be, you can do it. Like Cow or whatever, it really doesn't matter. But I usually just hang out right here for the very beginning of defense. Then I usually I'll put a couple of rockets into the cart and just make sure no sniper can get over here. I have someone else call and make sure like nothing's rushing me maze, but also I can also just peek through like these rocks right here and make sure there's nothing there. Just turn around every once in a while and just deny this area for the sniper. Make sure you can't get there for free. If a sniper ever gets there and starts just looking at you, just back away back here and he can't see you anymore. And you can always do this health kit right here, this health kit over here. Once you've backed out of this position, I usually play just sort of around here. I'll jump up here, like if they're ever pushing through cliff or I guess slope right here, and there's ever like a sniper or anything, I'll just jump here, just put a couple rockets into them, drop back down, get the health kit again, and if anything's hurt or I can commit, I'll just I can go into them and then just sort of immediately jump away. Once I leave a rocket, come back over here with my combo. You can sit over here, just watch the cart, like spam down things, make sure they can't get through the tunnel. Just the only thing is somebody else needs to be watching like this general area, because this is pretty fucking important. You never want a sniper to come up here with that pressure, because he can just pick off your entire combo one-on-one. So just pressure that area as much as possible, and then just be prepared to back out at all times. If you ever have to pop, just jump, like wherever their combos, just jump in and just be prepared to die, because like you pretty much like need that force. If you're all like, if the medic isn't even at a spawn, they get the pop and you guys are all leaving, it's okay. But like if you're ever in a position you see the medic coming up, it's okay to give your life for a super early pop, because with the teleporter you'll be in the fight soon enough. And having that like uber advantage is so fucking important, as it just wastes so much time. But just getting into them like as quickly as possible. You can chase the medic wherever you need be, but just being prepared to back out as well. So you can back out either through here or backing out this way. It's just wherever your team's going, you just want to follow them. If it's anything important like a sniper or medic and things are chasing them, you just want to fight those things that are chasing them, and it's okay if you die as long as they get out. But if everyone can get out, that's obviously best case scenario. Defending 2, try not to do a roof hold because it's really bad. And the reason why roof hold is really bad is people are like, oh, we hold it just fine, is because once you have to get off of roof, your medic has nowhere to go except for this sniper sightline right here. He has to cross this to leave. There's no fucking other way to get past here other than that one sightline. So you can, so like I wouldn't defend roof, but if your team is holding roof, just chill up here, because you're the strongest class up here and you can do everything. Just sit like right fucking here and just spam anything that comes there. Make sure something else is watching this area so nothing can flank you from behind and surprise you. But otherwise just chill in here and make sure nothing can get through here. If you notice for a while like nothing's coming up here, like they're pushing stairs, whatever, you can just sort of waddle down here. Nothing will really contest you, and then you can, like, the post-Uber fight, you can just pop in behind them, put rockets into wherever you need be. Same with if you're back here, you can just wait for the post-fight and just jump up here and then help your team out like that. Otherwise, if your team's holding back here and your team started doing like a soft hold back here, you can be on roof as long as you're with at least one other person, and you and like your scout or something, or you and like a dead ring spy, just control this area, make sure nothing can like flank you. And then the second something's like, basically you're just delaying, and then the second something starts pushing, just jump away and get back to your team, and then you can like hold back here, whatever, just put spam. But basically like 2, you're pretty much just gonna give up anyways most of the time. So just get ready to back up. Once you're defending 3rd, this is the best place to hold up here with your heavy. Usually it'll be a dispenser somewhere around here that you can back up into, get all the rockets and health you need. And you just want to deny this as much as possible. You can just spam wherever you need be. Nothing's over here, you can spam main. Just spam wherever the sniper's coming from. Make sure he can't get a clean shot. If the sniper's ever staring at you up here, you can maybe risk and do that, but just back up and have someone else spam it, and then you can pop back through once the sniper's distracted and start spamming him again. And you and your heavy are up here, And basically, like, if something starts to fight you, just put a couple rockets into it, and the second you get hurt, just switch with your heavy. You go back here, he pops out, and then all of a sudden there's a 300 health heavy fighting that thing that you just fought, even though you're hurt. And the second he gets hurt, you've already been healing up. You can get an arrow if you want. Just drop down here and ask for an arrow, and then pop back up here, and then the heavy can back up, do the same, and then you can refight this. And you can pretty much just keep this area held for the entire time, as long as you and your heavy aren't in the same, like, splash radius. Just hold at different points, like the heavy can, like, hold up here, whatever, just watch for spies and all that jazz, and you can hold a little bit more forward, and then just call when you need him to actually support you and cycle. With this edition of Battle Royale, there's a few other places you can hold. If you want to hold a little bit far forward, you can do right here and just deny this area. Same with this crate right here. Now you can hold in, or pretty much you can just deny this. Obviously you have to watch for things like rushing you over there. This is a lot safer of an area to just spam out the boiler sight line. So you can do here. You can even like hide right here, wait for their push, and then put rockets into them if need be. But otherwise I would just sit up here. So this is your best bet, pretty much, like 100% of the time. Also, if you didn't know, you can stand on those pegs right there. So, it's not really important as a soldier, but just understand, like, spies can do that and get behind you in that order. And now that there's not a Spencer block right here, you do have to actually actively watch your back when you're up here. Just make sure you're spy checking and a spy can't get the best of you. And basically your number one goal up here is just to help your NG out. You don't want anything rushing your NG. If a spy's called in your NG, come back here and help him out. You can even like rotate through here and just get to him as quickly as possible and help him. But basically you're just denying this top area, so nothing can really get to your NG super easily. So once you follow here, you can sort of still, like, once you're backing up a little, you can sort of just spam around this corner. Just don't want to peek too much, especially to that boiler area. But you can just put damage into the cart if you want. Otherwise just back up through here and just go away. Then you want to hold map room at this point pretty much, which is this room right here, and you pretty much just sit right here. When these open up, there is a sight line you can see from right there to right here, so you never want to sit, like, you can sit super far forward and they can't see you. You can sit about right here and this wall will block it, and you can still watch everything coming through here. And your job isn't really to, like, hard hold this room, it's just to watch. If one or two things are coming through, you can just keep watching. Even if a pyro comes through, just keep putting spam and he'll run out of ammo before you do, and just put yourself in positions where he can't get like an easy reflect hit on you. If you're getting rushed, just keep spamming out this doorway and they can't really get to you. If their combo comes through here, then just keep spamming them out and then just hold right in, like right here, and just keep spamming them through this doorway right here. And then the second they start to push you out, just drop down here. They'll forget about you instantly because they have other shit to deal with, and then just jump right back up here. And like, especially if they're Ubering through here, just shoot the things that aren't in the Uber, like the pyro or the heavy, like lagging behind a little bit. Just put damage into them and they can't do shit about it when you're up here. Which is also why map room's sort of a bad hold, is because you can just do that and just put a lot of damage into things that are like out of the Uber or haven't gotten Ubered yet. Otherwise, like, pretty much, like, if you die, it's no big deal. Just make sure to call it and make sure someone else is watching map room so nothing can get in there for free. But you can always just back into spawn if you ever need health, and then just jump quickly across here as possible. I've only been sniped there like once ever, which is why, like, just jump quickly across and the sniper can't usually hit you because he won't be literally be watching up there. Just get back to map room as much as possible, and that's like really all you want to hold there, is just keep holding map room and just call anything that you cannot defend in here. Have people like rotate to help you out, or like just say like the combo's coming through, it's like, hey, I'm giving up map room, then have your demo just start spamming it out to make sure a sniper can't get up there or anything. Sort of like last second defenses, just throw your body at the cart. Doesn't matter where you spawn, just get into the cart as quickly as possible and just do damage and try and just distract things. And during like the post fight for the Uber, like if they Uber from somewhere else and you're in map room, there's a few things you can do. You can just sit up here and just spam the cart and just keep spamming the cart from here. Obviously this window will be open, but you can just keep spamming the cart and all the things up there. Deny this top right area up here. Otherwise, if you think or know that they're going to be backing up, just walk through here and just hit, or even if it's during a push and nothing comes map room, just walk through here and you'll usually find a sniper or something up here, like a dawdling or like a medic backing up or something, and just put some rockets into them, and you can just get that kill and then immediately just rotate back up to map room here, and it's no big deal. Otherwise, things you can do is, and if you're ever like holding out of a push, just never drop down from this platform, because you're just asking to fucking die if you do that. So watch out for, like, sometimes they like to bring snipers through here, and just watch this area. So just keep spamming this doorway as much as possible, then just go back for ammo. Or just drop down here for ammo, and then just jump straight back up and just keep spamming it like one rocket at a time, and just keep doing that as much as possible. But like after fights, like you can stay in the window to spam, you can drop out of the window and commit into them, or just wrap around there. And like that's pretty much bad water. I mean, there's like a few, I don't know if they've fixed it all, but there's like a few stupid spots you can do, but nothing that's really like all too helpful. Just play like on, like you can hide like up here if you want, I think, unless they fixed it. But oh, they might have fixed it. But you can like crouch up here if you need to, or at least you used to be able to, but it's all just like stupid spots like that that don't really accomplish anything. Just do the normal holds and you'll do much more for your team than if you like go for some super play. Like, it's not the end of the world if the medic is uber advantage, you can kite it pretty easily, so don't just go like bombing and suiciding yourself if you're on defense. Just stay alive as much as possible on defense, and just so pretty much just live as much as possible on defense and die as much as possible on offense. Like, just keep putting your body into them and just getting that consistent damage, and you'll be helping out your team a whole bunch.